In this video, I'd like to talk about what I learned by making in GameMaker a simple game called Bunny Smash and publishing it on GX.games. This video is about how I made it, how it works inside, what problems I had, how many hours I spent, mistakes I made, and so on. But most important, tips for myself, for my future projects. I think that other developers might also find it useful. Game is on Opera GX.games. Please play it because nobody plays it. Like all those views are by me from testing. But making game that players want to play wasn't the important aspect here. I wanted to take a break from my bigger projects, and I have a few opened already and struggle with finishing them because all systems take so long to make and test. But after this short project, I have better understanding why. Let's start very shortly how Bunny Smash game works. So basically, this is it. This is main menu. You can smash here for test. If you hit wrong bunny, you get negative points. Correct bunny, you get positive points. And those are levels. You choose just how many seconds you want to play. You hit 15 seconds. You can finish before end of timer. This is the timer. You can press A to finish earlier. And this is the end screen, some stats, local best scores, and GX challenges if there are some. And back to menu, and we're back to menu. So the concept is very simple, just smash bunnies and no juice at all. So I made it in few hours. But, yeah, there are some buts. Bunnies, so I only used GameMaker and BFXR for one sound. So inside GameMaker, I made this bigger sprite just to draw everything I want. So hammer, bunny with ears and without ears. When it's smashed, first I wanted to do them with holes, so they pop out of the hole. But I didn't like this idea, so I changed it to bushes. So bunnies are covered with bushes, but I use this rectangle as I use it as a cover for bunnies. So the game works that way that if player with hammer hits cover, a collision with cover, then bunny is not hit, not smashed, and if no cover but bunny, then bunny is smashed. And bush that comes on bunny and on cover is just for visual. It does nothing. And one object bunny creates cover and bush. Point system. So at first I didn't know how those to work. I decided just few bunnies and negative points for bunny with hat. I didn't know how to do levels, so decided just for time. It's not the best probably, but that's how it is in this game. Bunnies also work as button. So if it's in the main menu or end screen, bunnies don't create a bush, but they create this description, so a player know what each button do. Each bunny button. This saves time, so don't have to create another object. I had problem with hammer because hammer. At first, I wanted just to switch sprite from top to vertical to horizontal position from this to from vertical to horizontal, but it didn't work well. So it's actual rotation of the sprite and its precise collision. This whole thing was ready in 4 or 5 hours, maybe. I don't know how long it took because I made it in parts. No juice, but I still work on juice. So there is juice in the game, but I commented it all out. There are some let's say, particle effects and better bunnies, but I commented it all out because I wanted to make a game without juice and didn't want to waste time on it. Maybe someday I will make a second game the same, but turn on all juice and add more and leave them both separate so players can compare juice and without juice. Later I added this is avatar from GX.games, user avatar. This is name from GX.game, and if we have challenges, see all challenges by me because nobody played. When we join the challenge, we have this description GX challenge. We can take challenge and smash some bunnies, boom. And your new best score submitted to GX. On GX, you can see that here, and this is leaderboard for this level, so for 15 seconds. So I added it later, also took me some time. So how I worked on this game, not in one go. So gameplay, some playing with juice, local save systems, local save system. I think estimated about 10 hours because I did it in so many parts. For example, I turn on a GameMaker and work 5 minutes and turn it off. It took way too long from full gameplay to publish. GX API, I added it later, and one object. Probably 30 hours. I have notes. Let's make them on the screen. Oh, okay. So this is how I worked on this game. Don't do this. Don't do the same. So GX API, I added it later, and I decided that I want to make one object. So it took me 20, 30 hours. Let's say 30 hours. It was not because GX API is hard, it's very easy, but when I learn something new, I have to do some tests and leave my brain to work out how it works. So I want to know everything how it works. So that's why it took me so long. And when I tested everything, then I decided that I want one object for GX, so it is reusable. It's not fully reusable because reusable code doesn't exist. It's a myth, the same as self-readable code. Those don't exist. But I can work with this object for all my future projects, and I have better understanding how to add challenges and actually everything about GX API. I think I can do anything I want. Then I decided that I want publishing procedure on GX, Discord, and Trello. Took me probably about 10 hours. So I created procedure for myself where I want to store different things, descriptions, devlog, files, and so on. So it took some time. But I will use it for my future projects because I think it's working okay. But it was another waste of time. So total estimated 50 hours spread out through to almost 2 month time. Don't work like this. Like when you work on something simple, just work on it and don't add additional work. So GX publishing procedure, this was additional time. So when we take game, it was like 4 or 5 hours, but all other stuff see from 5 hours 10 times longer. Whoa, from 5 hours to 50 hours. Yeah, way too long. But I have some systems ready for other short projects, so should be easier with other short projects. List. This is a list I made of mistakes I made. So work without knowing what I want to do. Big mistake. Never work without knowing what you want to do. No idea about full game. I only had bunny smash idea and that's it. I didn't know how I want point system to work. I didn't know if I want to add challenges. I added them later and so on. So no. That's not how I will work on my future projects. Although it's very hard. Working on Juice, even that I decided I don't want to waste time on it. I just wanted to make game better and wasted time on it and not working in one go. 5 hours straight. This game should be ready and published. It's way too simple to get forever. And what I learned, all that was a mistake. So everything do in opposite. So know what you want to code from start to finish. And because it's very hard, I was thinking long about it. So it's hard because when you prototype, you can easily switch direction. You start with one idea and you end up with something different because what we do will look different than what we have in our heads. So while making Bunny Smash, I already started several other short projects and it's a disaster. Plenty of ideas for for start, and then but how it's gonna work, different systems, scores, enemies, menus, challenges, even if I want them. So I have very good start idea, but they sound all like a newbie developer idea. Like, how about make game about this? This is great idea and it will work, and you don't know how all those systems will work. So it's very hard to figure it all out. So this in red, I specifically put it in a red color and I printed it. So this is how I want to work right now. So prototype phase. So make game with menus from start to end. Because when I did Bunny Smash, actually all my projects, I start from gameplay. So this is very bad because I know that later I will have to add menu, and it's double work because I can very easily add menus from the start. Like it will take me, for example, 30 minutes more to code, just switching room and buttons. With buttons, maybe 1 hour. It's not that hard when you make it from start, but when you want to add it later, it's like creation order. Yeah, it's complicated later. It's much easier to add it just from start. This is menu from start to end. Think about complete game in general, but no details yet. This is easy part. So menu, okay, I choose start, then I go to level selection, I select level, end game, end screen, then go back to menu. So this is very easy. Basic gameplay, loop, hook, whatever you call it. In example, one full level. Mass prototype here with basic gameplay, and when satisfied with basics, stop testing and adding other stuff. Like if you decide that you don't want juice, don't add it. One basic gameplay is ready, take some free time for brain to work around it and spit some ideas. This might take from hours to days. Think only on this project, no other projects. Focus. So this is very important to know what you want to do. Then make exact plan what I want, but without coding and testing. So don't work and code at the same time. Don't plan and code at the same time. Just planning all details here in the step. Choose and decide what you want, what you don't want. For example, GX challenges, menus, upgrades, levels, systems, interactions between them, and so on. And what juice do you want to add? Because no game without juice is bad, but you don't want to add juice in a simple game like Bunny Smash. Like, so decide some particles, stretches, squeezes, whatever, and that's it. Don't add more. Decide. This is the important step. Then lower the scope of that plan and make it smaller. Have small complete plan with details. Then you go to production. So then program. Then I will program what I want, because once I have it, once I know what I want, it's very easy to program, especially in GameMaker. It's like making it in... Well, it's GameMaker is so easy. I actually can't believe that in my experience with GML programming grew up so much. I remember how I was afraid of data structures or structs, but now I use everything, all that every day. Or how I couldn't handle creation order and how to control objects depth with code. There are a lot of things I still don't use often, but I think I can figure it all out if I will ever have to. Go back to lessons. Okay, this can be a lesson in itself. That the longer you work with something, you become better at it. Okay, so lessons. Know what you want to code from start to finish. It's very hard. That's why I have this procedure on red. Another lesson: working in few non-stop hours, days, not in minutes and hours spread throughout entire weeks, months. Simple projects, simple workflow. 5 hours straight. That's it. And stop it or abandon it instantly. Don't waste the time like I did. Start one project and finish it before going to another. I started like 7 other short games just to see how it goes because it's so easy to program with GameMaker. That's why I instantly go to gameplay, make few sprites with inside GameMaker. I'm using actually GameMaker to draw everything because it's easy. And yeah, that's why GameMaker is too easy. Okay, start one project and finish it before going to another. This is better approach. All my project must have juice. This is the lesson for me, even a little. I do not want to make games without juice. Like I am still adding juice. I enjoy adding juice. So yeah, I all my games have must have little juice. I learned how to finish projects and I went full publish cycle. So this is those are the lessons, and it's very important then on a very easy game on very easy to learn to publish platform because you just press one button and the game is instantly from GameMaker to it's not visible on the camera, but yeah, you press one button and the game is instantly built and sent to Opera, so it's very easy to publish. So going full publish cycle even on such short game, I think it's very easy. Oh, sorry, vibration on my phone. So I think those are the lessons, and I will definitely use it. If someone finds it useful, then I'm glad that I can help somebody that struggle with finishing their projects too. And I think that's all for this video. I will definitely come back to those notes with my next short game. But how do I want to upgrade shooting, and what upgrades do I want? See how hard it is to decide. See ya. Thanks for watching.